Have you ever wondered where you got your DNA? You got your DNA from a process called meiosis. So meiosis is a process where a single diploid cell divides twice to produce four haploid cells called gametes. For what? Called what? Don't worry about these scientific terms you may or may not know. I'll make sure to define all of the vocabulary as I explain meiosis. So what is meiosis and what does meiosis produce? Meiosis is a specialized form of cell division that produces gametes. A gamete is a reproductive cell that contains half the genetic material of the original cell. In males, the gametes produced by meiosis are called sperm cells. In females, the gametes produced are called egg cells. Because meiosis is a process that deals with the replicating and dividing of chromosomes, it's important that you understand what a chromosome is. So chromosomes are found in the nucleus of a cell. Chromosomes are made up of DNA strands that contain our genes or our characteristics. Now we can begin discussing the process of meiosis. Meiosis, much like mitosis, begins with interphase, where the cell grows and the DNA is doubled or replicated. After interphase comes prophase. Now what occurs during prophase explains why we look different from our parents or our siblings. During prophase, similar chromosomes will bind together, forming what we call homologous pairs. Crossing over then occurs between these homologous pairs and genes are exchanged. This results in non-identical chromosomes. It is crossing over that increases genetic variation within a population. After prophase comes the first division, but meiosis doesn't stop there. Meiosis goes through two divisions, so the final result is four genetically unique cells called gametes. You can see from your diagram how each gamete shows genetic variation. Each gamete is also considered haploid because it has half of the amount of chromosomes as the original diploid cell. So you see at the top, the parent cell has 4 chromosomes, where the gametes only have 2 chromosomes. So where does meiosis come into play with you and your DNA? The human body will perform meiosis in order to create these haploid gametes. You should know by now that you got your DNA from your parents, right? But how? Let's look at it this way. Human cells contain 46 chromosomes. Through meiosis, your mother produced the female gamete called an egg, and your father produced the male gamete called a sperm. Because both the egg and sperm cells are haploid, they contain half of the original chromosomes of the parent cell. Through sexual reproduction, you received 23 chromosomes from your mother and 23 chromosomes from your father, giving you a total of 46 chromosomes. It's pretty crazy how every person in this room is a product of meiosis. So there you have it. Meiosis begins with a diploid cell containing 2 sets of chromosomes. DNA is then replicated, paired up, lined up, and crossed over, creating unique cells that will then divide not once, but twice, resulting in 4 genetically different haploid gametes, each containing half the number of chromosomes as the original cell.